best for you in your life. Only you know which path to take in each moment of your life. You must make those decisions with certainty. Freedom. The lion has freedom because the lion demands freedom. The lion has freedom because he fights for freedom. His very nature says he will die for that freedom. Perhaps there's no more valuable asset on this earth than freedom. Something you could only understand if you've experienced a lack of it. In your own life, you must fight for freedom. Your own and that of others. The freedom to speak your mind. The freedom to be who you want to be. The freedom to live on your terms. Freedom means fairness for all. The freedom to be who you must be while allowing others to be who they're going to be. There is no greater value. Fight for your freedom. Protective. The lion is protective of everything of value. The family, the pack, dinner. If you threaten anything of value to the lion, you better be prepared to fight. What do you need to protect? What are you willing to fight for in life? Not physically, mentally, emotionally. What are you willing to sacrifice your time for? What or who keeps you going? What is your purpose? What or who gives your life meaning? That is worth fighting for. Competence. Lions are said to sleep around 20 hours a day. Still, they never go hungry. They get up and they get the job done. They earn their rest. They earn their success. They earn their freedom. There are great rewards for competence. In life, if you provide more value to others than anyone else in a shorter space of time, you will be rewarded, and you will be rewarded well and often. It does not matter how long you work. It matters how good that work is. It doesn't matter how many hours you put in. It only matters how much value you've created. Develop yourself into a competent machine. Work on what matters in your life with laser focus, ruthless determination, and a burning desire to do everything to the very best of your ability. That builds pride and respect for yourself.
You might be smarter than me. You could well be stronger than me. You might have more luck than me. But you cannot defeat me.
You will not detach me from my purpose. You will not distract me from my goals. You will not dethrone me. And you will never destroy me.
I will wake up with intention, alert, ready, focused. Whatever I want, I go after. Whatever I go after, I get. If it matters to me, I will get it. I will have it. I will be it. You cannot defeat me. You cannot detach me from my purpose. You cannot distract me from my goals. You cannot dethrone me. You cannot destroy me.
What if you could make...
All right, everybody. Good evening and hello. The Corporate Credit Blueprints. How's everyone doing tonight? Happy Halloween. I know you're out there doing your whatever you're doing out there. For those of you who are on YouTube, Facebook, hi, how are you? How are you doing? Good to see you. And most of all, it's nice to know that your folks are out there doing what you're doing in life. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing. All right, what I want to let you know is that we're out here tonight talking to you from hello, Facebook, hello, YouTube, hello, LinkedIn, hello, Corporate Credit 2019. Also, that's online as well. I want to say hi to all of you. See, a lot of you think, well, he probably won't be here on Halloween night, but yes, sir. I told you I'd be here. And I know on top of I know my tech guy took the night off. And I know he didn't blast out the people of the class tonight, but that's perfectly okay because there's a lot of you here. All right. Just want to say hello and hi. And most of all, I want to say thank you very much for being here tonight. All right. What I want to say to you is that tonight's going to be kind of quick, fast. Break out your pens, pad, paper. And most of all, what you want to do is begin to understand and learn. There's some things that are going to go ahead and make a big difference in your life. Because all what you want to do is you always want to learn and just learn something really good for yourself at all times. It is now time to go ahead and move on. This is getting closer to the end of the year. How many days left to the end of the year is what you want to look at. You got to look at this. How many days are left in the end of the year? You can't even count today because there's only 30 days in November and 31 in December. You have 61 days before a lot of rules change. I told you about a lot of the rules that we're going to change. Some of you didn't adhere to it. Some of them have. Some of you did your business correctly. You set your businesses up. And now we got to go ahead and move forward because there's something else that needs to be talked about. What if I told you there's a way to go ahead and have work within the system itself and have the system have you win as long as you know what you're doing and the steps to take. All right. I'm not here to be your attorney. I'm not here to be your legal advisor. I'm not here to go ahead and be your financial consultant. I'm not even here to be your whatever it is. I'm only here to be your consultant and your coach. That's it. The rest of you is up to you to go ahead and check with what you want to do. You know what I just noticed? Someone told me last week. He goes, "Hey, your mouth kind of goes a little lower when you talk on this side, where am I pointing my finger at?" And I said, "Yeah, because I was sitting there with a baseball bat one time right here." So it's, I guess, over the years. Now I can make it. I can do this. And there we go. But when I normally talk, it kind of hangs to one side sometimes. But anyways, I just didn't notice it. But someone brought it to my attention, so I'm bringing it to yours. So why, I don't know. All right, and then on top of that, just to let you guys know what's going on. I'm going to get some of those braces where it's going to kind of straighten out the bottom teeth a little bit, and then I take this one tooth that kind of in a little bit, push it out, so it won't have that little shadow in there. Yeah, I don't know. Why not? I put this Invisalign or something they're called. So, anyways, just sharing a little bit what's going on in life. All right. Why is she sitting? Why is she standing like this? Because she's ready. She says, "Bring it." All right. What I want to talk to you about today is going to be a lot different because there's something also that I'd never mentioned until now. I only bring it up maybe once or twice during the year, but I bring it up more at the end of the year because there's things that you want to begin to learn for yourself that you want to know that, wow, you know, there's things I can actually do and have other areas and have credit. Let me ask you a question. What if you were able to have credit in more than one area in the business world? And even the personal world, but the business world is a little easier than the personal world. But anyways, we'll talk about that in a minute. So also what I want to say to you is this. For all you people on YouTube, do me a favor. If you get one thing out of this, just press the subscribe note to see what you can learn again. That's all I'm asking you. If you get one thing that you even disagree with, press the subscribe thing and see if I address it. If you pick one thing because you said he's ugly looking, press the subscribe button to see how uglier I can get. If somebody says he's just boring, press the subscribe button and see how much boring I can be. At least, here's one thing. When a person's boring, who has to be boring before you can call somebody boring? Let me ask that question again. Who has to be boring before you say that somebody's boring? Just a thought. Okay, now. All right, so what I want to go ahead and tonight, grab your pens and papers and pencils and all your, whatever your recording device, YouTube, whatever it might be. Here's some things we're going to go ahead and move forward through, and we're going to move like lickety split. All right, so here we go. The next thing is this. The next thing is this. What we want to go ahead and do now is we're going to go ahead and go to the next slide. And the next slide says, most businesses never establish business credit. And if they could have, it would have turned out differently. What I mean by that is this. They could have established their business credit in more ways than one. In more ways than one. Why do I say that? I say that because of this. Hold on. I'll get more coffee. All right. I can say this because of this. Because if they did things differently, they would actually have the credit now they were looking for. Some people are really, 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 I don't know what it is. I can go by my personal experiences when I first started out. I started out almost in the same way. But one thing as I begin to understand is, guess what? One of your most vital things that you want to begin to learn is in this business is credit. Credit doesn't make you rich. Credit makes you smart. Now, either you're going to be done with it or you're going to be smart with it. Now, it makes you smart, which means you make a mistake, you get to learn. But also lets you know about not bringing the pain home. See, a lot of you set up your businesses that you're willing to sign for some things in some areas, which is nothing wrong with that. But there's a place and time to do it, even in your divisions. But now also another area you want to begin to understand for yourself is this. What is the game you're really up to? What's the end game? Is the end game to have more business credit just to have business credit? Or is the end game, are you really willing to look for what it's going to take so that you can actually have what you need? For instance, we have a program right now that I don't care who you are out there. If you didn't have two nickels to rub together, we have a program that we don't charge you, that you can use our money to make money. You heard me. Amazon doesn't even do that. And there's a particular field that we only allow you to use it because it's a pretty safe field no matter what. No matter what, you got to go back in history, go back in history, go back in history, go back in history. I would go back 50 years. People, what? Why go back 50 years? Go back 50 years. And you're going to almost mark almost every 10 years, give or take. Look at gold, look at real estate, look at gold, and look at real estate. The other stuff is kind of nonsense stuff, and it's nonsensical. Yeah, it plays something in the field, but those two, and if you want, you can add oil on the third. Now, that's one of the last things left on the planet, and that's one of the purpose of why they don't want to get into electrical cars, because then where's the money going to be driven from? How are they going to be able to really charge you, $60, $70, $80 a barrel of oil, then charge you $5, $6 at the pump? But why is it so scattered all over the country, where some places in the country is only $2.15 or $2.01? Now I'm talking for regular. Now for premium, for cars that actually require premium, some of the Audis, they require premium, or else, boy, that car just runs like you know what. All right. Now, what I want to tell you also is this, is one of the things that you want to begin to understand is that what areas aren't so, when I say volatile, that they always come back in a different way. I'm going to give you one place. Well, there's more than one, but I'm going to give you one I just recently did some research. In Los Angeles County. Now, I don't live in Los Angeles County, but I do a lot of research all over the real estate arena, because that's one of our divisions that we have. Now, the thing in that area is this, and we've been doing real estate since 1985. In fact, some of you, I showed you my very first deal I did in, I think, 1990 or 89. My first house I bought owner financing, and that was a pretty good deal. So I can actually show you when I started and why, and that's why a lot of these guys are called gurus, whatever. I don't know what guru means, anyways. So, because no matter what you learn, there's always somebody that either going to know more or understands more. But everyone, what they're teaching is not new. I mean, you had some of these other guys that are all out there. Dave Delgado was one of them as well in the foreclosure arena. He was really good at what he did back then. And then, of course, whatever happened to him down the road, you had Carlton Sheets was another one that had another one. Then you had Robert Allen was with another one. These guys were we learned a lot from those people in their contracts. The contracts they have now have not changed. What I mean have not changed is there's plethora. In fact, there's three things they're not even talking about out there that still works to this day. But that's not my place to bring it up, because I have a class that I teach that about. But anyways, but here's the thing. They talk about no money down. That's been around forever. Sub 2's been around forever. Sub 2's been around since these guys were even before they were even thought of by their mother and father. All right, way before them. And they come out now and they want to say they're the gurus. We know this, we know that. You only know what you know from the past, and you just put a little different spin on it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's called salesmanship. And I applaud that. That's brilliant. And then they want to go charge for that information that is actually free out there. And they say, well, you know, the contracts, Google and Google. I'm not gonna tell you where, but out there on Google land, I'm gonna tell you, you can get every contract that every one of these guys have advertised. Every one of them. Because they begin to realize they're not really proprietary information. So they act like it is, and they charge your arm and a leg. For me, if I was going to do something like a program, I would just say, look, you do this, and then we'll go ahead and take a percentage. So come go ahead, go find this, and bring it to us, and we'll tell you. That's it. That's all. All right, you want us to provide the property address for you? We'll provide this, then we're going to go this. Here's our split day. Then learn that way. These guys will make a ton of money. Yeah? And here's the thing. Everyone's going to bring a bad apple once in a while. I had someone that brought something, not to me, but to someone else, and, oh, they weren't vetted. Now we can't do it. You made me look stupid. You know what? Here's the thing. In business, if you don't make any mistakes, you're going to look goofy then. Because when you make the mistake, if you can't handle making the mistake, or someone making a mistake because they give you something, and you look at it, and, you know, okay, great, it looks good, and then come to find out, you know, some things fall apart at the end because they didn't have it tied down right. All right, great. So you know what? Next time you bring me something, here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna take that before I talk to anybody I know. We're gonna go through these particular options, and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And once it's really vetted, then I'm gonna take it to them. Okay, not a problem. But see, they're all so busy trying to make money selling something. They're not busy doing the business. There's a few people out there that actually are doing the business. Doing it on TV is not the same as doing it in real life. Real life is way different than what goes on in TV that you see on these fix and flip shows. It's way different. And it's not because they cut and had it. If they actually showed the whole thing how it went, somebody would probably just say, I'm never going to get into business. It's not a bad business. And it takes some tenacity. It does. It takes some, and some of you are good gift gappers. I'm really not. I'm just black and white. Look, this is what it is. This is what it is. And here's a kiss candy. That's it. Did you like it? No? Okay, great, bye. I'm not going to beg or plead. I already know what it is. I'm not going to go ahead and, hey, yes. And I understand what to be in a position. Definitely understand what it means to be in a position if you need money. You're going to do almost but see, I'm not going to lie to someone just to make a 10 grand here of $2,500. It's not worth it. So all I'm saying is that, well, how does that to do with business credit? Because most businesses never establish business credit, so they don't have business credit to even grow with. I'm just saying that we give people opportunities here to use our money to use in a particular arena because it's a safe arena. And why I say go back 50 years to check out the real estate business and the gold, you're going to find out pretty much there's a nice secular way that goes that you can see and you can call it. And then if you really dig down, you can dig down, why did it change? What was the political environment at that time compared to the 10 years moving forward? And like 2008 and to now, what happened then and what caused that? Now you got to go look at 2008, 2007, go back 10 years and see what started it. And then go back another 10 years to 20 years back and say, okay, great. How did the thought process even begin? See, these are the things people don't realize you need to do. And that's a lot of stuff I do all the time during the day. People think I'm not busy. You kidding? Someone make a phone call and it's like not their call time and they just break the momentum and I have to get, I pause where I'm at, but it's just like, but that's the nature of the beast. So one of the things that's most valuable is here at Corporate Credit Blueprints, we do a lot of work for you that people that are actually inside our organization, that part of the family and part of the team. When you join part of us, we want to make sure you have everything. But one thing that we also make you aware of is how you speak. Most businesses never establish business credit because how they speak. Well, I don't know if that's really true. And the people say it costs too much. All that language, linguistically wise, how you speak. The brain registers it, and it's going to go ahead and go with the thought you last have. That's why when you deal with us, we tell you, hey, look, you got to really be careful what you're saying. Well, coach, I really don't know what's going to work. We go, whoa, 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 whoa. And some people get mad. Oh, they're fine. They hang up. That's fine. It has nothing to do with us. When they hang up, it's not me they're hanging up on. They're hanging on us. They're hanging up on themselves because they get confronted because the fact is, hey, look, you've got to stop speaking that way, or else that man. And there's nothing. Here's the thing. It even tells you in the Bible when Jesus said, I can't even provide a miracle in my own country or my own town because people don't believe. And he left. He said it. That's why he tells you. You cannot hang around people that speak a lot of smack that don't really encourage you or say, hey, especially if you're working a business that requires some time because you're just starting it out. When you're around friends, wouldn't you like to have friends that actually cared about you to say, look, hey, don't you have a webinar tonight at let's say 7 o'clock? Yeah, okay, great. We're going to make sure you get out of here in time so you can go do that. Hey, is there anything you need to do because we know you're working in your own business and you're doing whatever field you're in? Do you need us to remind you of anything? Because you're going to be here, we'll be having fun. We want you to be able to relax and know that you have a team around you that's going to hold you accountable to get you where you got to go or whatever you have to do. Those are one of the things I want to begin to make you aware. This is what the team you get this. We try telling you to start training the people who you go with. Hey, you guys, I want to have fun here because I don't want to worry about. Could you just kind of remind me tonight I have this to do? Or I have this to do? See, people that witch, I'm not going to say the word, but witch and moan and groan and complain about everything. What do you think their life is? Just think, in their head, that theme plays over and over and over and over, and they have this vision of, oh, no, oh God, or whatever they say in whatever language. I Chihuahua, I this, well, they're always doing that. What do you think the image they have in their head? And it's like, man, and it's too bad you can't turn that off to a different channel. But then they get mad at you when you bring it to their attention. Why you complain so much? Oh, you just don't understand. No, I don't understand, and I don't want to understand. Because that's now how I'm living in my world, because I know my world will manifest different. I'm not here to make, I'm not here to allow you to come into our environment and moan and groan and complain. Our job as a coach to go ahead and say, oh, I see why. When someone says, well, I don't know, we can go ahead and build this. I know I can, but are you going to do what it's going to take? Are you going to follow the directions? And here's why it's so dangerous. Because if you say that, I give you A, B, C, B, C. Now I'm just gonna go straight to C. You already set up to say, well, see, it doesn't work. I told you. Hey, if you want to be right, you're always going to pay money that's going to cost you to be right. Until you shut your brain up and realize, wait a minute. If I'm saying, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always be where you've always been, you're going to go ahead and keep creating the drama over and over and over. Well, I must be stupid. I must be this. I must be that. No, you're not. And even when you tell them, no, you're not. Well, I have to be because forget your freaking past. It's over. And especially people in relationships. If someone really doesn't want you, they're going to always say what's in their heart. And when it actually happens for what they said, then they get all pissed off at you because you acted on what they actually told you. And then they want to make you wrong because they can't handle that they spoke it enough that a person took action on it. Because you know what? You can only tell somebody so much so long, and eventually they won't say nothing. Humans are really that way. Because when you start saying something, when you go try to argue with their reality, it's not going to work. That's why when you come with us, we tell you straight up, here are the guidelines and the rules to see if you're a match with us. We're not going to here to convince you that business credit works because I have way too many students from 1985 all the way till now. I have past things on there on YouTube about the live webinars I did. And you know what I said? I don't need to do any of that. Our team is great. And if they don't like how we coach you, which means, I don't mean Pollyanna, no. That's why we prepare you for when stuff arises. You stand up like a lion and you know. Do you realize a lion sleeps 20 hours a day and never goes hungry? Some of your sheep, just call it straight out. And then that's probably the reason why I don't get a lot of calls. But the calls I do get, they sign up because guess why? I'm not playing around. I try to joke, okay? I'm not saying I'm a good jokester, okay? So I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm human, I'm everything else. I am no different than you, but I went through the whole gamut, and I realized this. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my, do not exist. What exists is when you say lions and tigers and bears, oh my, what you say after that's going to make a difference. For me, it's lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. I'm not quitting. I'm going forward because I'm like the lion. I'm going to climb the hill because the lion's hunger, the most hungry person is climbing the hill, not the one on top of the hill. I do everything for our clients and our family and our team members to go ahead and go where they want to go. And everyone wants to live off of most businesses never establish business credit because why? They like to come and complain. Well, guess what? It's almost the end of the year. You have 61 days. Do you even have your business established? Well, I don't know what I want to do yet. Do you have your business established? Well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Do you have your business established yet? Have you built any credit to it yet? Well, I'm not sure when to get started. The time, see, here's what happens. Everyone keeps saying, I want to. I want to what? There's only ACTION. And you got to keep going and also pay attention to your track, what's going on, and if you might have to make adjustments. I'm not saying you won't, because this is not a perfect world. I can give you the perfect steps to get there, but what you do is going to make a difference to get there. Now, I tell people, and I have some clients that have done this to me, they'll pay me to do the whole thing. I tell them, look, the reason why I don't like doing that is because if I'm not around or on a phone call when you need me, you're not going to know what to do in some situations. You might have to create a division on the spot. You need to know how to do it on the spot and how to move credit around so that has, what if I told you there was a design in this system that we have, and if some of you seen the Fiverr TikTok that I showed you about how they structured everything, that was all divisions and how they did it. So it took the heat off the parent company and threw it down to the whatever leg it was on, and it ate it. It took the beating. That's what you want. This is what I'm telling you. We teach you Fortune 500 stuff that's done all day long, and we know it works because we do it, and we've been doing it since 1985. I've come from the arena where that stuff is not even a secret, but most of your gurus that say, my client's gotten $300,000, so what? Excuse me. So what? I get excited. Sometimes I have a slip. Believe me, okay, anyways. So what? But what have you done to multiply it for them? Let's say you had divisions, at least 3 divisions. 3, 3, 3, and 3. What's 3 times? What's 3 times 4? 1.2. You'd have $1.2 million, then you can do something. That $300,000 they're getting them is a joke. And then they don't teach them on leveraging, because some people aren't able to leverage because they don't know how, because they're afraid. Well, what if I mess up? That's the first thought you've got to catch and say, wait a minute. What structure do I have in place that's going to support me in doing what I've got to do to leverage? I'm using this one credit line to go ahead and handle all these things. As I make more money, I'll get more money. As my business gets going, I get going. If you're working and attempting to build your business, it's going to take you a lot longer to get there. That's why in some programs, I said we need 12 months or 1 year before about that time things will happen, because not only I need to do something to help to assist them, because I said I would, but I can't do all of it because I have other clients. That's why I said in 12 months. That's why I tell you, got to keep quiet. Now, what's nice about this is that eventually after that time, things will happen. 90 days goes by fast. Let's say you started something in July. You got July, August, September, October. That's 3 months. Now you're just working out November, December, January. By then, things should begin to kind of turn around a little bit. Might have 1, 2, 3 properties, or whatever it might be, on the 3 businesses, whatever it might be. But that's why when you're working, we tell you, if you're not working, it's 100%, there's a whole nother kind of conversation. Because when you're working, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Because I'm doing some consulting now for some businesses, so there's some areas I have to be careful what I'm going to say, because now when I bring on a client now, I have to base it on, okay, this is what I'm doing, so now I have to go ahead and spread out just a little longer. Why? I like doing consulting. I really do. Because it's crazy. These guys, most business never, he's talking about, they want to grow, right? But how can they grow when they're not building anything? And it's funny, they've been like, people around 6, 7 years, and their credit, they don't have bad credit. Personal, and their business is kind of like, they don't even know they have business credit. It's pretty interesting. So all I want to say again to you folks out there is this. Most businesses never establish business credit. And let me tell you what that means. If you've gotten any kind of business credit anyplace else, you still never got any established business credit. And I'm going to tell you why I'm bold enough to tell you that. That part doesn't mean jack. Because you do not have divisions that have been mirrored where you didn't have to do certain things for them to get them qualified, because they'll be qualified automatically. These are the things that I'm talking about that they don't show you. Because you want to develop 3 divisions. Put it this way. Let's just say this is January 1st. Now you created your 3 divisions because you already have you have your business credit that you have established, but you don't have business credit really established because you only got the first part. And we're not talking about stacking. Stacking's a joke because you're still going to have to do a lot of personal stuff. Now, when we say personal stuff, then we have something else that we send to you that we get all your hard inquiries removed. And on top of that, so you don't have your credit cards closed down, there's a way to do it, because if you do it too soon, you can close down your credit cards that you get on the personal side, and because of the fact you can't do that to them. And there's something about that. I'm not going to get into details about it. If you want, go Google credit repair, and they'll tell you what I'm talking about. Anyways, this is just that little piece. So you got 300,000. Oh, here's someone's bragging on YouTube. I got 1.5 million. You don't have 1.5 million of business credit. And they'll say, yes, I do. I can go spend this. But you don't. When you have 1.5 million in business credit, you have another one sitting down here in a division with the same amount, so that one can be supported if you got in trouble. Now you can go down here and learn how to leverage it. Leverage this to take care of that. If you have to pay everything else, move all the headaches down to here, you can. Now you have business credit because you have the credit to take care of the credit if necessary. Because you don't have any freedom with the business credit. When you're building business credit, even though you have 1.5 million up here, what else you have? What do you have a leg to stand on? Oh, I got business. That doesn't matter. Anything can happen to the business. Anything. If COVID didn't come and slap anybody in the face, it told you. It took out some good businesses. It took out some good mom and pop businesses. And for those of you who were caught in the COVID, if you're tired now of licking your wounds and saying, poor me, call us. We'll get you right back in there. Call us. In fact, call us at our direct line. 915-779-9186. Call us there. You heard it. 915-779-9186. Call us direct. Don't need no 800 number. I'll give you that's a direct hotline. If you want to call the 800 number, we'll give you that. But either way, you're still going to end up talking to us. But I'm saying, if you got beat up, then you can still make a difference, because you don't have to. Who cares about your personal credit? We'll handle that later. We'll just build your business credit. So, anyways, let's move on forward. Now, next thing I want to let you know is this: differences that matter. That makes building business credit awesome. I just told you some of it. Some of it is, guess what? You are building business credit, but when you have it just here, you have nothing. Because now you're still relying on you're still relying on the old dogma, the old information that these guys are feeding you without telling you how to structure it so you're free. Remember I said debt follows tax ID? Don't bring the pain home? Some of you knuckleheads, I'm calling like it is because I'm a knucklehead. I did it before. I understand, and I ate it. I'm not going to say I didn't. And I'm going to be straight up. When I say knucklehead, it's not rude. I don't care who you are. Some of you have so much, your ego is so out there, men, that you don't have even enough money to cash on that check on that ego. Some of you should go to Raul's class. They'll tell you straight up, those men don't mess around. They call it out. That's what it is. You need a man to go ahead and check a man. A woman can never check a man. She doesn't understand what his emotions are, what he feels. Just saying like you can't check a woman. Only a woman can check a woman. So a lot of you are crazy, think you can go ahead and... Now, I'm telling you men, just as we're straight up, look it. Get your ego out of the way and let's just build you a mountain. So no matter what you do, no matter which way you move, you're going to move with freedom because you know that, see here, what you have up here will always be taken care of. Down here where you're going to handle all the problems. And I'm going to show you in a minute. And I'm not being rude, you guys. If it rubs you the wrong way, good. Because guess what? Even my own coach checks me. You sure your ego's not in the way? Man, as soon as he says that, I start getting all bent out of shape. And guess what? Guess what I know? Yes. Oh, well. All right. You got me. And it feels uncomfortable because that's just, it's like someone pulls the wool off and say, but you don't think people see it anyways? Come on. Why do you think sometimes when a woman says you're being a, you know what? They don't just say it just to say it. So this is why I want to hear it when they say that word or jerk. Hey, because we'll just tell you straight up as a dude, listen, you just being a duh. And some guys want to fight over it. Why? You want to fight over it because the fact you know it's true and oh, you busted me. God, get over yourself. So, hey, I'm laughing because I walk those planks many a time, and I'm pretty sure as you get older, you kind of, it's a little easier to get past it when someone calls you, especially being in business, and this is how it goes. So what? Just what they'll say, get over yourself, because you know what? No one really cares except you. When someone pulls the wool, you're the only one that cares. Why? In fact, remember, your identity ego is all made up anyways. You didn't have them when you were born. You didn't have them when you were 3, 2, 6. And after that, you start getting one. And based on whatever environment you grew in. So just stop the game. It's the game. What are you going to do? More money makes you more powerful? No, it doesn't. More money, like even Steve Jobs said, you know what? I didn't need this kind of car. I didn't need this kind of watch. I need more time with my family and this. And he realized at the end of his life what it meant. Money is only a vehicle to get to where you want to do inside of what you're up to support. Now, either you could be all about you and you could be, be mean to other people if you wish, but eventually at the end of the game, it will catch up to you. Here, Corporate Credit Blueprint, why we want you to understand this is because when you start even getting business credit, you start to get $1 million, $2 million, $3 million worth of business credit, there's a different attitude that you do have. Oh, absolutely. And I don't mean fake it till you make it. Because if you have $2 million and you have some guy with $2 million here, that he has cash, and you have $2 million and you can get cash, you're in the same boat. So I just want to let you know, hey, look, you guys, what makes the difference is knowing that those of you right now that have built your business credit on this one level, you don't really have business credit. I know it's a hard concept, and it's not a concept, but I know it's a concept to some of you because he's crazy, doesn't know what he's talking about. Really? I've been around way too long. Some of you are not even old, you're still wet behind the ears. I'm a old school, I am not a smart rat. Everything I've done through experience, and I've been hit, beat up, and booed off stage, okay? So I am not worried. Those youngsters have not gone through a lot of stuff to protect their clients because I had to eat a lot of stuff when I was younger, and that's how I learned. But I tell you what, now, because you won't have to pay a lot of that road. Like if I move this way, you can get through that valley of that mountain a lot sooner than trying to climb the mountain to get over the valley. And that's what I mean, and that's why the lady's smiling, because the difference that matters is that making building business credit awesome is because we take a lot of the headache out of the way if you would just follow the steps. That's it. Now, another thing in corporate credit blueprints is that we care about you. I don't want to see you go through the stuff I went through. Trust me. If I can go ahead and take 5, 6, 7 years off your learning curve, please. That's what we're here to do, and it's not that hard. Another thing, here's what most people do. Tell me how many of you haven't done this. I sure did that when I first started. I didn't know any better, and then back then everyone was trying to hide it like a secret. Man, it's just out there in plain sight. You just got to be willing to go ahead and chat and talk to people. Even the credit unions. Credit unions that's been around forever. But people just bringing it out now. But not now. It was brought out before, but it just dropped off, died off because of the COVID in 2008. See, remember, society has a way of changing focuses. If they change the focus over here, say, look there. People start looking there and they forget about this over here for a little bit. Then they switch it over here. That's what Congress does. Hey, look at this. Then they pass a bill that they wanted to pass because we're so busy looking at that. I mean, I'm not saying who I liked for president, but I know the behaviors that I noticed of what they did and go by the numbers and the facts that worked. I have to say, it's not Biden. And I can tell you, it's Trump. Not Trump as him. I'm not talking Trump. Just how it is working. And that worked against the grain that people are working now. And even Biden can't get anything done with the people that said, hey, Trump was causing the problem. Are you trying to tell me they can't give you guys another stimulus? All they have to do is seniors give a stimulus. Some of these seniors that I see that are really, really, I'm going to say they're only 68 years old, but some of them had a rough life. And they're barely making it. I'm barely making it, street. They could use it. See, this is why I'm saying that when you learn how to handle business, to establish business credit, this is the stuff you won't do. That's what I'm saying. A lot of you say, what are you really waiting for? Well, I don't have the money. Okay, I understand it. Some of you working job to job. Some of you may be working 2 jobs. Some of you working long hours. I get it. But building your business credit will relieve a lot of pain off you. Yet I know you can't stop working because you got to do certain things. Well, I even said we have a program, maybe 8 hours out of the month. Maybe. You can use our money to make yourself money. And we're not charging you anything for it. Yet. What I mean by yet, but I believe in January we're going to probably start charging it because, again, those who've taken advantage of it, cool. And based on marketing, I've been talking to a lot of different marketers and say, look, even if you charge $1, and whoever makes the investment $1, they have a skin in the game, so now they want something to work. Here, the ones that actually come on, they're actually naturally hungry and they want to do something. So they're glad they're doing it. And life's coming on. And there's also another program that I have in the real estate thing. I only have one beta program I'm testing it with. And he's in the program already, so he's in business credit building. So that's one of the things that makes the difference, that works. And it's pretty awesome on what those things. So when the beta comes out, then that's one that we'll be charging for. So one of the things I really want to make you aware of is the most awesome thing that you can do for yourself is begin to learn what it takes not to do this, not to use your personal credit. If you don't even know what you want to do yet, it's okay. Guess what? You can go ahead and guess what you can do. You can get started by using our money to make yourself some money, to pay for the program, and pay for maybe a small beginner program, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. We have 3 different levels in the beginner area. And then we have the advances, it's a little different. But by then, see, a lot of you will be ready. And some of you, even when you get to advanced, are really, when I say when you get to the advanced, some of you aren't ready because now we hold you to account as a Fortune 500. Some of you get real pissy. Hey, sometimes we don't, life happens to us. Last week I had an account with somebody. I dropped my phone last week. The problem I had last week is I dropped my phone in the, luckily it was clean, all right? So it was clear water. I dropped it in the toilet. because when I reached over, it fell off. The clip fell off my belt, and it went right on in. So I did everything everyone told me to do, and Facebook and all this other area, and it took all the way till I think Tuesday before it actually. And now that I have glitches with it, and when it rings, it doesn't ring. No matter if I have the ringer up, tone down, I turn it off, I put it back in rice, blow dry it, whatever. Nothing. It still does that. So I'm gonna have to go back and get it taken care of. And so that's another thing. So I just want to make you aware that life happens. I get it. At first I kind of get upset. So what am I getting upset about? Life happened. What are you gonna do? That's why I wasn't here last week. And then no, last week I'm talking Wednesday. Wednesday I wasn't here last week. That's what happened. Wednesday is what happened, I believe. Yeah, it was Wednesday. Then Sunday something else happened. So life got in the way a couple of things. I could have probably squeezed it in on the phone, but I would have been here with you. See, now I'm with you 100%. You have me 100% right now on the YouTube, and also on Facebook, and also in the what do you call it, that other thing? I come to call it a little bit Zoom. All right, and Zoom, we're probably going to be getting rid of Zoom here shortly because it's not. We don't need that format anymore, and so that's pretty good. So I just want to say that's one of the things people do. All right, let's go to the next thing. Okay, okay. Here we go. Again, remember, borrow money. Here, borrow money is not taxable. This is what I've been telling you for a long time. Borrow money is not taxable. Don't spend loan money. Well, a lot of you have all this money you say you have, and you say, well, I'd be loaning it out. I would be loaning it out. I would be loaning it out, and maybe if you have that kind of money, maybe you can buy a fix and flip house, however you want to do it. But again, loan out money. On what? I would loan it out in real estate. That's what we do. We have you loan money to people that fix and flip houses. Or that, guess what? We have a program now for rentals. If they have a rental house, we'll do 80% of the loan, the value of the house, we'll do 80%. There's so many things that we're able to do with the program for you folks. And you can make money off our money. We pay you for using our money. Go figure. And you don't need a license, you don't need a real estate license, nothing like that. Now, this is what I talked about earlier. I said, here's what I'm talking about. When you're that main company, that big long purple square, and you have that $1.5 million that some people brag about, you still don't have business credit. I know it. I know you do. In the conceptual world, you do because you can use it. But what happens if you get jammed up? What's going to pull you out? Yes, I know. I tell you, tax ID, debt follows tax ID. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. It stops the pain from coming home. But why do you want to go all through that if you don't have to? When you have this right here and it's not taken care of, see, down below is where you want to begin to where you go ahead and put the line of defense in, where you have those divisions are almost an exact mirror of what you have. Even if each one of those only had $500,000 each, that's $1.5 million that you have down on the bottom line. And if the parent mama company gets like in trouble, you can shift the debt and keep mama clean so she can keep building. Then if you have to BK, you BK one of the bottom lines. But it's all strategy and how you do it. I put everything together for people, and I tell here, go to these attorneys. I give them 3 attorneys to check out in their area. I already know what they're going to tell them. They'll loosen up the language, tighten it up, and then they'll charge you for that because I think it's like $225 or $175, or depending where you go, an hour. They'll go ahead and look at it. Then they'll tell, okay, I need to charge you this because I need to tighten this language, tighten that. But the frame will stay the same. Tighten up the language, that's cool. So I'm going to tell you, this is the things that people don't teach you. If you're really in the business to be in business, you want to make sure your business is a business to take a hit. So when it takes a hit, you don't panic. Oh, man, we're in trouble, man, up here. You take mama. Mama's not going to be taken out. Your children are going to help you out. There's a structure to it. There's a structure to it. There's a strategy to it. Everything is a strategy inside of there's the equations to it. Nothing out of it is illegal. Okay, for some of you thinking illegal nonsense, everything's done just like the big boys. Because aren't you going to be a big boy someday, or a big girl, or however you guys want? Since all this, I don't care about the PC stuff. Back in the 80s, we didn't care about it. We were polite. We respected each other. I think today a lot of respect has gone out the window for each other. Man, woman. I mean, it's unfortunately that there's, people do other things other ways. I'm not to judge that. They're still human. I like them. I respect them. And, that's between God and whatever else. But everybody's a human being. I don't care what they are. Because here's the thing. Building business credit, do you think the lender cares if whatever area of life you're in? They don't care about all that. They just care about the business. That's the beautiful about business. They don't judge the business because they can't. I mean, I have a lot of people that work that are the LB. Anyway, you know what I'm talking LBG thing, jigger. I don't say it right. Oh God, they're gonna call me tomorrow. I bet you. Hey, my students. You're gonna tell me to memorize that now. But no, I love them to death, man. They're great. They're great people. Everybody's human. I mean, come on. What are you gonna do? You can't go ahead and just say I'm not gonna do this and do that. See, this is where people they butt heads against something that has no nonsense. When it comes to money, money doesn't care. That's why the structure doesn't care. I don't really care. When I say I don't care, I'm not concerned with what you're doing in life. It has nothing to do with me. I'm concerned about building what you're looking for. I mean, someone asked me the other day, I said, why would I care? My job is to build a business for whoever comes to me. I don't care. As long as they don't call me names or cuss me out or whatever it is, I don't care. That's fine. I love them all. The beautiful thing is that they get to do what they want to do. In fact, you might hear eventually, probably next year, because some are building some money because they're building for a big stance regarding what they're up to. They began to finally realize when I spoke to them several times about why the corporate is going to benefit them overall to be not part of the system, but to use the system to get them where they want to go, because that's how the system is designed. And then from there, as they get more powerful, they can break away in certain ways. So now they use the system themselves to get them to where they want to go. And I'm happy to support that. Absolutely. Why not? It's fun. It's called Monopoly. All right. Let's move on. All right, cool. Never bring the pain home. Never bring the pain home. You're going to learn how never to bring the pain home. Never, never, never bring the debt pain home. Another thing is this. We provide the in-depth training, the 7 steps to get you the 6-figure business funding. All right. For the business. Make your company business credit ready. Network local banks. Set up business credit profiles. Build small trade lines of credit net 30s. Optimize your business credit rate rankings and get business credit. Also, another thing, you'll be able to go to banks without ever stepping into a bank and get your business line of credit if you're willing to follow what we say. If I get on the phone with you, I will charge you to do that because you'll see how it's done. You're gonna laugh. Oh my God, is that easy? Yes. You just gotta be. I just talk to them normally. Say, hey, how you doing? My name's blah 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 and da da da. And I ask questions. I'm looking this, looking that. Okay, great. Can you send me some information through the email or you have to mail it? Okay, great. What's your name? And see if you get along with the person. Are you the underwriter? Hey, well, you ask questions and you talk. Do you set up online? Can you set a bank account online? Can you do this? All right. These are the things you want to begin to realize. It's not that hard. And just like this young lady here, she says, "Show me the money." And look at the little diamond ring she has on there. It's not little, by the way. Okay. It's not a little diamond ring, so I don't want to insult her. She'll probably get mad at me. All right, here we go. Another thing is this. We have many things that we offer. We offer the whole system. We offer on the personal credit side what we do a lot of this personal stuff on the credit side. Also, another thing, we have many things here, and also the primary trade lines for business credit and so on. Some people are there, they're installment loans primary because they make a big difference in your business. And then say, use my money, and we will show you how. How? Because you're able to go ahead and use our money to make money. That's all I keep telling you. Use our money to make money. Use our money to make money. Be a money connector. Be a money connector and make some money for connecting the money. Some of you call me about that. I will tell you what special I have for you so you don't even have to work that hard. I'm telling you, we have it easy. It's just like crazy. Here's another thing. We share about our business credit, how to use it, what to do with it. If you already have your own business credit, we show you what to do with it. Also, another thing, if you wish, it's up to you. But real estate investing, business vehicles, trips, renting office space, purchasing office space, inventory, advertising, hiring. This is all the money you have to figure out how you're going to use it and make your money back. Now, some of you are just beginning, so as you begin, don't worry about that. This is the stuff you're going to learn along the road. Like I said, we'll tell you, okay, great, talk to your CPA about this. Go ask your attorney. Here's a contract. It says, copy. It says, whatever. This has a watermark on it. So you can take it to your attorney and okay, great, have him read it or rewrite it for you. Write it in the language that he feels or she feels comfortable doing. And then get a letter of opinion. A letter of opinion for that contract. Because if you get a letter of opinion about that contract and you work within that contract, then ask the attorney what this means and see how close I am to this. If you get a letter of opinion from an attorney on a specific subject that you're going to be doing, and he writes it out for you, the contract, and anything happens, and you did everything exactly within that letter of opinion, ask him then if can you be convicted or get in trouble. Now, here's one thing I want to tell you, folks, that no one talks about. In fact, they haven't talked about it in the last 10 years, put it that way. And I know why. Because a lot of the old guys now, and when they're OGs, not middle school, not youngsters, and not kindergartners. Okay? Yeah, they might, I got to hand it to them. They are good at technology. I wish I had one of them. I wish one of them, we'd just team up and we would just bang the world, because I do not have the technology inside of advertising. A lot of it is all by word of mouth. So, I do good at that. And I can't believe this. A lot of people want to charge, especially that Alec Rotnick, what's his name? He always wants to charge a lot of money for what he's doing, and yet you never see a lot of his people out. You only see one person that I've seen that talks about him and say, hey, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying he's doing anything that he's not doing anything, but I don't see anybody advertising that he advertised so much. He's always here, he's always there, which is true. He is always here, always there. But he never has these people come back and give him a testimony that, yeah, this is what I've done. So that's why I say, I mean, personally, if I was in the technology field and I was that good, I would say, you know what, let me pick some businesses. Even the ones that people don't think, I don't think is going to make it. Some of these guys say, oh, well, build your business, but they only can build what they know because they're afraid they can't do other stuff with it. And this business is really scalable if someone really, really wanted to do it. But, you know, it's sad that these guys want to charge, but they only pick something you don't know about. That's what I'm saying. I wish I had a tech guy, or a guy that really, not tech guy, but someone who's good at marketing, knew what they were going to do. If they knew what they were going to do, they know how to set up to see every penny that comes in and out. Heck yeah. I'd be glad to split it with that person. You kidding me? Because I don't have that technology, and I don't have the time to get that learning curve around the corner. I am way too good at what I do in this area to even take that on. And no one has yet developed a program like that. And I bet you $1 to donut someone did. They will make more money than selling, because now the fact they got these people working, they're excited. And if they're not following a certain thing, doing whatever they need to do, you get to cut them off. Make your money and move on. Anyways, that's it. But here we go. No one ever told you that you can build international credit, have they? No one's ever told you you can build international credit. What have I told you? It's a little easier in some ways to build international credit. Corporation credit, not business credit. Corporate credit, internationally. And you have to open a bank account. Where? I'm not going to tell you, but it's not here. You got to make sure your rent is reported. What rent? Where? Okay. Think about it. Getting a store card. But where do you get the store card? What kind? Does Staples have a store card internationally in what state? What countries? I don't know. Open a secured credit card. Well, we've heard of that in the business world. But they have an international secured credit card? Considered a credit builder loan. What in the world is a credit builder loan that they call it out here, but what's internationally, what's a credit builder loan? What if I tell you internationally, let's just say hypothetically that let's just say you open this basic stuff that you're taught what to do internationally. Let's say in London. And let's say you had it for a month. And then you apply internationally for the credit builder loan for the business. Is it $10,000 they give you? $25,000 they give you? And it's strictly off the tax ID. Well, a different thing called tax ID. We'll call it tax ID for over there. I mean, just so you understand what it is. And then the Dun & Brad, for sure, International Dun & Brad number. If everything's set up right, what if I tell you even if it didn't have a score yet? let's say the minimum. Let's just say what would you do with the minimum of the corporate starter loan internationally was a minimum of $75,000. Minimum. Not, I said minimum. And it's in British pounds. So is it worth more than the US money? You guys got to figure that out. See, this is one thing. This is the reason why I keep telling people why you've got to learn divisions. You must learn divisions. You must learn how to take that money you have up here and move it down here. Because down here, so why do you want to be limited here just to the United States? But see, no one ever talks about this. This up you probably won't hear. I'll talk about it probably a couple more times this year because I only got 60 days left. Then you won't hear anything next year about it. Because I get busy with the students inside that I work with. And you've got to be to a point where you have a minimum of $250,000 in business credit. Because then I know you know enough to go ahead. Because then I do give you a task to do on your own without any coaching. I've got to see where you're gonna fall at so we can put the corrections in. And we use the division. Because who cares? We don't care about the division. Then it happens, we isolate, disconnect, and whatever we got to do, and that's not a worry. But if you have $250,000 in business credit, not all used up, and by then, a lot of you realize, wait a minute. They began to realize finally, wait a minute, we have money that we can use of corporate credit blueprint. They get to use it. They get to make money. And on top of that, guess what? Now they have another business making money that way. Consistently. Anyways. Consider a credit bureau loan. Get an unsecured credit card. How to build corporate credit fast internationally. Internationally, folks. Best read it, best get it. Got to go. All right. Tell you about loaning money right here. If you had money right now, the person that has $1.5 million or even $300,000, just take $100,000 of that, and your $150,000 of that. That'll bring you roughly about $7,000 a month in income. After you make the monthly payment on the loan. But anyways, also, want to grow your business but don't have the money? I'm going to tell you straight up again. We have the money to lend you the money. We have the money to give. We have money that you can use our money to make the money to have your business grow. And on top of that, you get to discover a new lucrative opportunity of OPM, other people's money. And by this time next year, you can make at least a minimum of $100,000 if you follow the program. So I can't guarantee that's the money, but I'm telling you, based on what you do, you can make a minimum of at least 2 loans a month, 3 tops. That's it. That's it. Use our money to make yourself some money in real estate. It's not that hard. So you don't have to own anything. And that's why we have the free training for you. Next thing is, should you hire a business coach? Absolutely. If you really are up to growing, hire a business coach. Some of you are in a program still, you have a business coach, but do you actually do what they tell you to do, or you keep going, oh, well, I don't know. Come on, guys. That time's over. Time to get excited. Time to move things forward. Time to make things happen. It's time. Just like you know who, Elon Musk says. And it's actual fact. Even I'm going to tell you, ate some are not understand the Bible or to read it or don't even care to read it, which is fine. But I'm just telling you, inside the Bible, you don't realize Jesus Christ ate with the Pharisees. He ate with sinners, but did he hang around them after he was done? He came to preach to them and teach them they have freedom and they don't have to remain in a circle of lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. It says even right here, if your friends aren't discussing success stocks, crypto businesses, giving you positive encouragement, you're in the wrong circle. If no one's asking you, how's your business going? And the minute you say, well, man, it's getting tough. No. I don't want to hear that. How's your business going? I'm challenged. Okay, great. What are you challenged about? Well, I'm challenged about X, Y, and Z. Have you thought about this? Yes. Oh, no, I haven't. Because maybe they might say a couple of things you did think of. And then they might say, have you taken action on any of those things that you just said yes to? If you did 1 time, 2 times, how long you would take action on that? How many times you taken action? That's one of the things to keep when you know you have people around you. So with that said, now all I want to say is this. Thank you for being here tonight. At Corporate Credit Blueprints, thank you so much. You can give us a call again. I tell you, 915-779-9186. Again, 915-779-9186. or 888-471-4252 extension 2. Again, 888-471-4252 extension 2. Or just go to corporate credit blueprint 6@gmail.com. Corporate credit blueprint 6@gmail.com. We're using that temporarily because we're buying a name that's really close to this, and we're buying all of them. So the reason why, because we're going to start moving, doing some things. But again, for right now, corporatecreditblueprint6.com, or you can go to www.corporatecredit-blueprints.com, www.corporatecredit-blueprints.com, and just put your information in there and we'll get a hold of you. Hey, thank you very much for being here tonight. God bless you all, and thank you very much for who you are. Thank you for your contributions in life. And I want to thank everybody out there that's done something that no one even knows about, and you want to be recognized for it. Right now, I acknowledge you for it. I know that whatever you've done, thank you for making a difference in society. And remember, you do make a difference, and let no one tell you any different, because you are a human being. And on top of that, you're not only have the right, you got to just remember, just change the way your thoughts begin, and we can make things happen. Come and join our team and join the family. We'll have a great time. We'll see you later. Good night and good luck.